Hello, this is Mount Limited back for another video. This one of another Batman video. This time it's Batman and Robin and the experiment of Professor Zero. Anybody, get help! Hurry before he comes back. I'm tapping out this message by jumping on the typewriter keys. We've been reduced to the size by an evil scientist who's got a plan that is a menace to everyone, including you. Tell the police that Batman and Robin need help quickly to smash the experiment of Professor Zero. Damn, you already got small. That's new. All the letterings turned to cursive. Oh, I think going back and talking about a previous plot, a different thing. In the trophy room, Batman and Robin are the two large bell jars, mementos to a historic crime case, the trophies of the Pygmy plot. To Batman and Robin, the trophy is a reminder of a terrifying experience. Batman, if we ever told the public about the Pygmy plot, they'd never believe it. Someday the world will know the facts. I've written down the whole fantastic story in my casebook. The case 1042. So if someone's doing a timeline, this is the 1042nd case they did, so don't worry. It began with Robin and I, so this is all from Batman's perspective, saw the bat signal flash in the sky. It was the police commissioner Gordon's method of summoning us. I can't really read cursive that well, but I'm gonna try. Commissioner Gordon was waiting beside the huge searchlight when we arrived. What's up, Gordon? Carlyle, the banker, just called. He wants you to meet him here. He has a special case for you. But Carlyle will move. What the hell never showed up. I can't understand why he's late. Robin, something's wrong. Something's wrong, Robin. And I had better check up. Maybe he's still at his office. We didn't find Carlyle there, but we did find something very unusual. Footprints, as if someone walked through the ink from the spill desk. Well, but look how tiny they are. They might have been made by a mechanical walking doll or a baby. We'd better get back and headquarters and notify Gordon that Carlyle's disappearance. But upon approaching the headquarters, for some unknown reason, we staggered weakly. I feel so strange. Robin, I'm blacking out. Oh. When we awoke, we saw what we saw made our... What the hell does that even say? Senses Did it say senses? Yeah, senses flare. I think that's flare. I'm really sorry. We're standing on the table. It's in a cabin where everything is a huge size. Those chairs are at least 20 feet high. This place must belong to giants. Batman, we're prisoners inside bars. Look at the swinging bar. That feed box, Robin. We're in a giant parrot cage. Suddenly, a door opened and in stepped a colossus. He seemed at least 30 feet tall, and his voice was like thunder. You fools! Don't you realize yet that everything here is of normal size? Is that you who have been reduced to pygmies, like your friend Carlyle here? Carlyle was rudely thrusted into the parrot cage with us. Unlike the Colossus walked away with a giant stride. Carlyle, what's going on? That madman calls himself Professor Zero. He discovered a way to shrink men to pygmy size, and he's using his discovery for extortion. Horrified, Robin and I notified Carlyle explanation. Heard Carlyle's explanation how he received a threatening letter that morning. Dear Mr. Carlyle, unless you pay me $100,000, you will find yourself reduced to the size of a 9-inch pygmy, or I defy you to stop me. You can either go to the police headquarters with this note, if you dare, Professor Zero. Carlyle said he'd phone Gordon for the meeting, then, like Robin and me, he staggered wearily as he approached the headquarters. I'm going to fate. Oh. When Carlyle recovered consciousness, he was shrunken to pygmy size. Somehow he made his way back to his office to find Professor Zero waiting. Well, are you ready to pay your $100,000 now, or remain tiny forever? I've already notified Batman. He'll queer your rotten scheme. Carlyle said Professor Zero angrily cuffed him around the desk, which explained the inky footprints. Don't, Zero, you'll kill him. Shut up, Beefy. Now we've got to stop Batman before he ruins everything. Carlyle couldn't tell us any more because suddenly a huge hand closed like a vine. I think that says vine. Vice. Is around Batman and Robin. Better say farewell to Carlyle and the world, for you'll never see either again after today. Presently, on the desk, Beefy threw them overboard in the sack, drowned them like kittens. I can't, Zero. If they were my size, I'll do it, but they're so small. I ain't got the heart. Beefy, you're a sentimental fool. I'll have to do the job myself, as I always do. Water began seeping swiftly into the burlap coffin as we sank. Batman, maybe the explosives from the utility belt can save us. The explosives is so small now it wouldn't have any more power than a pistol cap. But I've hidden something I picked up before. Anyway, and there I hacked a hole in the burlap with a sharp object I found in the parrot cage. We're lucky the bird once had a pedicure, That's crazy. Crazy, Batman. And Robin using a parrot claw as a knife. And the old paintbrush became out our life raft, as Batman spread out his cloak for a sail. When we land, we'll send out a police alarm for Zero. No, we can't show ourselves. If certain gangsters knew we were helpless, small, they'd start operating again. And we don't want Zero to know we're alive. If we could locate Professor Zero's laboratory, we might find an antidote. Remember those packing cases on the desk? They were marked Clover mealworms. They're the zoo marked Clover mealworms. They're zoo plates. Eat specials, animal food. Hippo eat clover, lizards eat mealworms. Obviously, Zero is experimenting on animals too. I remember hearing of a private zoo at 45 Turnpike Road. It will take us days to walk there, now that we're so small. We started to cross the street, but to our eyes, autos and trucks seemed as menacing monstrosities as prehistoric dinosaurs. Oh, that just missed me. Whoa. Then we saw them. Street peddlers. Get your Batman and Robin mechanical doll. They look almost alike. Not much business here, Joe. Let's go uptown on to 34th Street and try there. The scene must have been cooked abruptly unreal, as Robin and I modelled ourselves after the dolls and had seemed modelled after us. Here's two more. We also almost forgot, Joe. Now let's get going. Some nips in the worn valise supplied us with aid while we got out free ride uptown. This is a dream. We'll wake up later and we'll find all being a bad dream, won't we, Batman? No, Robin, I'm afraid this is the real thing. As 34th Street, the hitchman set up their valise again, and before we can escape, it happened. Mommy, I want those two. Put them right here in the shopping bag, mister. Okay, lady. Yes, Robin and I were brought. We joined other purchases as the woman went on shopping tours in the department store. Oh, the coffee can is breaking my back. I saw the woman's name and address in her purse. We will refuse her money for her dolls later. Let's go. We will refund her the money for her dolls later. Let's go. As the floor clerks wheeled past a pack of sold coats, we leaped for the large pockets. Later, after the coats were delivered to the shipping room, and while the shipping clerks were out on lunch, Robin jumped on the store's bar while I hopped on the keys of the typewriter. We're lucky a shipping label is left on the roller for us to address. Now make some air holes in the empty container while I paste on the label. Robin and I went out on the next shipment and were delivered to the gates of the Professor Zero's ground. Here, sign here, please. Must be more equipment. I'll put it in the storeroom. Soon after, Robin and I sneaked out of the storeroom and found the professor's laboratory. Look, there's Carlyle and some other men. Gresham, the financier, and Parnell, the auto magnate, reduced to pygmies, too. So I refused to pay Zero. He said that he gave me exactly 3 days to change my mind. Gresham and I agreed to turn over the money. He said he'd keep us small for 3 days just to keep us from double-crossing him when he restored us. Zero keeps taunting us, showing the antidote which will make us normal again. Look out, he's here. Here he comes. Frantically, we tried to escape, but our tiny legs barely recovered any ground. Quick, Beefy! Club them with a chair. I can't, boss. Not when they're so small. I'm tired of you sentimentally. I am a practical man, and I like practical men like me. As Beefy crashed to the ground, Professor Zero thundered after us like a evil giant. Oh, I can't get away, Batman. Come to think of it, I've got a better way to kill you than clubbing, much more scientific. The pump will draw the air out of these bell jars, leaving you a vacuum, and that means you'll die. Batman keeps staring at the second hand of the watch so you can see your life tick away. Professor Zero left for another room as I tried to control the growing headache as the air began thinning. If I could only tip over the bell jar, outside air pressure will keeps it sealed. It's no use. It was getting harder to breathe from thinking of what unnamed me. The ticking of the watch unnerved me. That watch is driving me mad. Wait. Maybe I can save our lives if I can get the back open. It was an old-fashioned watch. The ring was snapped open under the steep I can't read recursive for God's sake. It was an old-fashioned watch. The wind that snaps open when the kind that will snap open when the stem is pulled, and the room. This watch has a jewel movement, and the jewel can cut glass. I'll have myself and Robin free in minutes. Later, after cutting Robin's prison open, you got away. Good. The reducing ray on the roof. Silver Presley uses a ray to shrink humans. Too bad Beefy died before he could tell us more. Golly, if he'd only lasted another few seconds. The sinister professor must have heard the heard us freeing the others, for we heard the thunderous of the footsteps approaching, and smart aren't you getting out of those belt jars? But you can't outwit a gun! Oh, I'll crush you like insects. What a nightmare! I slammed into Robin as a uplift. Second later, Professor's great shoe slammed down onto the floor. As long as I live, I'll never lose. Did I say flog? I don't know. Fall at the nightmarish scene that befell. This shotgun will do the trick. Now I'll shoot you down like game birds. I matriated it. I have no idea what that said. And the gun followed. I think that says followed. Yeah, I'll say it's followed. Or follows. Were trained. Yeah, trained. On the likes Turin cannon. This is it, Batman. You're finished. There I acted. I yanked the jam Sonya and flipped the paper groan that opens the shake before it's unhinding, unwhirling, I think it's so to say, blades. My eye! I never expected what happened next. Running angrily, the professor stumbled blindly into the wall and shot the gun flashed like a thunderclap. I'll kill you for this. Great Scott! The charged buckshot went through his body. So he accidentally shot himself, basically, without saying. He's dead. He's the only one who could prepare an antidote. Batman run. We are doomed to remain pygmies forever. Don't worry. There's still an antidote left in that bottle. Then we've got a chance yet. Ron and I were trained athletes and climbed this table while the others remained below. We need to combine strength of all of us. This can lower it with a pencil sharpener and a thread. The cork's too tight, can't budge it. I took a hook off the sharpener and converted it into a winch. Oh, this is hard work. The bottle's heavy. It was too heavy or the thread broke under the weight. The antidote! It was then the Carlyle nature craft. He scooped up glass with liquid still remaining in it and drank greedily. Hee, I drunk the antidote. Now I won't remain a pigmy like the rest of you. Thinking I could make some more antidote, I analyzed the remaining drops under the microscope. Why, this is nothing more than colored water. There is no antidote. No antidote. We're doomed. Zero would have returned us to the right side in 3 days, but now, how could he? We know that there is no antidote. He was going to pretend to give us the antidote. You mean we have returned to our normal size without Zero? Exactly. Reducing ray obviously has a flaw. Its effect can last only 3 days. Then they wear off. That's why Zero demanded he be paid within 3 days. My theory proved correct. At the end of the 3 days, we were our normal size again and searching for the hidden pygmy making machine. Beefy said the reducing ray was on a rooftop, but which one? You got to find the machine before someone else stumbles on it and use it for evil purposes. Then I remembered something. I made some quick phone calls, and soon the enlarged photograph shown in the vicinity of the police headquarters building right here. Robin, I and Carlyle were reduced to pygmies' size. How about you? Why, so was I. Me too. The proved my suspicion. Later, we found the machine hidden in one of the places no one would expect of looking for it, in the best signal machine light atop the headquarters roof. Obviously, Beefy would sneak onto the roof and aim the ray from here, and because the ray was invisible, black light, we couldn't see where it came from very clear. Clever, yes, but no matter how clever a criminal is, he always winds up losing, either his freedom or his life. That night, we smashed the machine and ended forever the case of experiment of Professor Zero. Closed. And with that, I call this video due. There is a ad for a Superman thing and a Rocky thing, but my throat's on it. So next time we'll do the Rainbow Batman. And until then, this has been Mount Hill Limited reading The Experiment, Batman, and the Experiment of Professor Zero in the Big 8 Second Star collection. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time. Hope to see you again. Goodbye.